Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello class, how are you today? I hope you guys in well condition today. Yep. Okay. Before we starting our lesson today, let's recite basmalah together. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Well, for the attendance, you can fill it in the e-learning, okay? Yeah. Well, class, as you can see in your screen right now, today we will learn about narrative text. Before you exploring what is narrative text, let's see this picture first. What picture this all? Yeah, these are Nyi Roro Kidul, Surabaya, Cinderella, and Mouse Deer and Friend. Well, class, these four pictures are the example of narrative text. So, what is narrative text? Does anyone know what is narrative text? Okay. Narrative text is a type of text in English to tell a story that has a chronological sequence of events that are interconnected. There are several kinds of narrative text. The first one is fairy tale, and then mystery, science fiction, romance, horror, fable, myth and legend, history, slice of life, and personal experience. Okay, let's go back to these four pictures. Yep. Does anyone know what kind of narrative text of this picture? Yeah. For Nyi Roro Kidul, it is included in myth and legend. And then for Surabaya, it could be history or myth and legend, okay? And for this one, it could be fairy tale, and for the last one, Mouse Deer and Friends, it could be fable. Okay. Right now you have known about what is narrative text and the kinds of narrative text. Next, I will explain to you about social function, generic structure, and language feature of narrative text. So, the social function of narrative text is to entertain the readers with an actual or vicarious experience in form of the story. It can also teach the readers that every problematic event that we face in this life will have a solution. And in addition, narrative text can also build a person characteristic based on the moral values that contained in the story. So, the social function of narrative text is to entertain the readers and then to teach the readers that every problem will have a solution, and then is to build a person's characteristic based on the moral value. Okay, get it? Great. Okay, next is generic structure. There are three generic structure of narrative text. The first one is orientation. Orientation is for introducing the cast and informing the time and the place of the story. Orientation usually lies in the first paragraph. Okay. And then the second one is complication. Complication is for exploring the conflict in the story. It shows the rising crisis and the climax of the story. Complication usually lies after orientation till before resolution. And the last one is resolution. Resolution is for showing how the cast of the story solve the crisis, solving for better or worse. Resolution usually lies in the last paragraph. Okay, till here you get it? You understand what I explained? Great. And the last one is language features. Language features that used in narrative text are the first one. Narrative text usually use past tense. It is logical because the stories typically happen in the past. You can use simple past, past continuous, or past perfect tense. And the second one, narrative text usually use action verbs. These are the these are the verbs that show the performance of action. They specifically describe what the subject of the sentence is doing. For example, run, walk, cry, scream, and etc. And the last features is using temporal conjunction. This is express the relationships with time in the flow or sequence of events. For example, before, after, during, since, until, when, and etc. Till here, you get it? Good. I hope you all understand what I explained. Yep. Okay. So, dear students, now it's time for giving assignment. So, class, your assignment is making a narrative text. There will be 8 random pictures from a fairy tale. Individually, you have to do an experiment by trying to sort these random pictures into a coherent story. After sorting it, you have to do an observation by trying to guess the storyline of the pictures. And then write your storyline in form of PowerPoint based on the social function, generic structure, and language features of narrative text. And then you should cast the title of the story. And next week, you should present your work in front of the class. Okay, get it? So, this is the 8 picture that should you work. First, you should sorting it first, and then you guess the storyline of this picture. Well, and I will send this PowerPoint to WhatsApp group after the lesson ends. Okay? If you have any question for this assignment, you can ask it on WhatsApp group. Okay? Good. Okay, class. Let's close the lesson today by reciting Hamdalah together. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. I hope you guys understand what I explained today. And don't forget to do your assignment. Wabillahi taufik wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you next week.